This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. St. Catherine man charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm. 23-year-old Jordan Gregory of Independent City, Gregory Park, St. Catherine, was arrested and charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm following an incident that occurred on Cedar Avenue, Portmore Pines in Portmore, St. Catherine on Friday, March 18. He is currently unemployed. Reports from the police are that about 11:45 p.m., Gregory, who was the driver of a Nissan Tina motor car, along with two other men armed with firearms, accosted a man and robbed him of his iPhone valued at $180,000, $10,000, and the key for a Mark X motor car. The gunmen attempted to steal a Toyota Mark X but were unsuccessful. An attempt was also made to abduct the man, but he fled the scene and made a report to the police. Police quickly responded, and the Nissan Tina was intercepted along the Portmore Toll Road. Two men ran from the vehicle, however Gregory was held. One submachine gun loaded with a magazine containing 3 9mm cartridges was found inside the trunk of the vehicle. Gregory was charged for robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after he gave a caution statement. His court date is being arranged. Kingston man charged with a conspiracy to commit murder. A Kingston man has been charged with a conspiracy to commit murder after admitting to transporting two gunmen to kill a man on 3rd Street in Greenwich Town, Kingston 11 on Tuesday, March 8. 24-year-old Shaquille Stanford of 3rd Street, Greenwich Town, Kingston 11, was the driver of the gray Toyota Mark X motor car that was linked to the scene following a review of Jamaica CCTV footage. Reports are that about 6 p.m., Derek Wright, a chef of 3rd Street, Kingston 11, was shot and killed while sitting on the roadway. He was pounced upon by armed men who shot him several times. The men were seen exiting the Toyota Mark X on Marcus Garvey Drive, where they also reboarded the same car following the murder. Investigations led to Stanford's apprehension on Wednesday, March 16, and the motor car was seized. He was charged following an interview. His court date is being arranged. Commendations must be given to the team from the St. Andrew South Police Division, who left no stone unturned in solving this murder. And although this is only one of 3 men who were involved in the incident, the investigation is ongoing. We want these and other criminals to know that we will not stop in our efforts to bring them to justice, said Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, commanding officer for the St. Andrew South Police Division. Man injured in Grandspin drive-by shooting. Sections of Fagan Avenue in Grandspin, St. Andrew, have been cordoned off by the police following a shooting incident in the area on Monday. Reports are that about 11:30 a.m., a man was walking to a shop in the community when he was pounced upon by gunmen traveling in a blue Honda motor car who opened a fire, hitting him. Residents who assisted in transporting the injured man to the hospital say he was shot several times in the face. JDDB chairman wants more Jamaicans to do backyard farming. More Jamaicans are being encouraged to do backyard farming by chairman of the Jamaica Dairy Development Board, Dr. Derek Deslands. Today, backyard farming is not what it used to be. You now have container gardening, rooftop gardening systems, you can automate your backyard, you can create hydroponic systems, small systems that can produce lettuce, tomatoes, and a whole host of things. We need to start to encourage and show people how, he emphasized. Deslands was addressing a handover ceremony at the Sydney Pagan Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Academy in St. Elizabeth on March 23. He also noted that technology has improved the ease with which farming is done, requiring the use of more brain than brawn. What I find is that this idea of using fork and hoe, that is old school. None of our young people are doing that. We must find a way to demonstrate to them the technology. I know that technology now makes life easier because it is the brain that is operating, not the brawn. We must make that transition, and we still, in many respects, have folks throughout the country focusing on the brown Deslands pointed out. He added that there are now tractors that can be programmed using a global positioning system to plow land on their own. There is no more driving it. We are talking about tractors that do not require driving, so we are way behind the technology curve. We must move, we can't crawl. We must jump because we need to catch up, Deslands implored. The handover ceremony was hosted by the JDDB, which donated a mobile milk machine to the school. The equipment is the first such device to be given to an institution on the island and is expected to assist in reducing the risk associated with milking cows by hand. The JDDB is the regulatory body for the dairy sector and operates under the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. St. Catherine businessman charged with arson. 38-year-old Almando Lindo, businessman of Gango Lane, Commodore District in Linstead, St. Catherine, was arrested and charged with arson following an incident in his community on Monday, March 21. Police report indicated that about 4:45 p.m., Lindo allegedly went to another man's business place and set it ablaze, causing damages amounting to $350,000. The fire was put out by nearby residents. Lindo was arrested and charged with arson after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. Kingston Central Police renew appeal for help in identifying body. The Kingston Central Police are continuing their appeal for the public's assistance in identifying the body of a man who was shot dead by unknown assailants on Vincent Street in Almond Town, Kingston, on Sunday, February 27. According to the police, the deceased is of brown complexion, slim build, about 5 feet 8 inches long, and has unkempt hair. Reports are that about 11:20 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, the deceased was seen lying on his back in a gully in the community. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Anyone who can assist with the identification is being asked to contact the Kingston Central Police at 876-922-5076, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Police probing causes of recent mass shootings. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang is awaiting a report from the Jamaica Constabulary Force on the factors behind a recent increase in mass shootings. In the most recent incident, 6 persons were shot, 3 fatally, in Marvelly St. Andrew on Thursday, while on Saturday, gunmen shot 8 in Henson, St. James. 3 were killed in the incident as well. In an interview with the news, the National Security Minister said an analysis is being done to determine the root causes of the attacks. He said this phenomenon is a worrying trend. Manchester Municipal Corporation gives up management of Melrose Yam Park. The Manchester Municipal Corporation will no longer be involved in the daily operations of the Melrose Yam Park. Donovan Mitchell, chairman of the Municipal Corporation, disclosed that a contract was signed with Ideas Execution Limited, which will also oversee further upgrades to the facility. Speaking during a tour of the newly refurbished facility last week, Mr. Mitchell gave details on the plan for the Yam Park, noting that additional electricity will be put in as well as other amenities. We'll be putting in a play area for kids, a car wash, a jerk center, and all of that is part of the road network for the new highway that is coming in. People will have access from both sides of the highway to the Yam Park, he outlined. However, Mr. Mitchell urged vendors to be patient, admitting that it will take a little time to get the thing up to the standard that we want it. The municipal corporation says the relinquishing of the management of the Yam Park is part of the public-private partnership provided under the Local Governance Act. The corporation's role will primarily be regulatory. Cops' involvement in gangs could erode JCF efforts to build a public trust, says Finzi Smith. Security consultant Robert Finzi Smith says the revelation that several police personnel were part of a Clarendon-based gang could erode gains made by the Jamaica Constabulary Force to build public trust. 4 police officers were arrested on Friday during a major operation, while others are being sought after they were identified as being involved in the Ranco gang. The criminal network has been linked to shootings, robberies, and abductions in 7 parishes from 2019 to 2021. Mr. Finzi Smith says this development, along with other incidents of alleged police involvement in gangs, will leave a stain on the image of the JCF. However, he applauded the force for investigating and arresting its members. We can look at this 2 ways. We can look at this and say, oh my God, what have we come to? But we've been here for a long time. What we should do is applaud the force for cleaning up its mess, because it could go the other way. It could be going on without us knowing a thing about it. But the force is not only cleaning up its own mess, it is being very open and public with telling you that it is happening and what has been done, he reasoned. But Mr. Finzi Smith is worried that the incident could cause more members of the public to become reluctant to share information about crimes with the police. The greatest problem with all of this comes out of the now embedding of the Jamaica public's attitude that says, I am not reporting anything, because if you tell a policeman something, him will let you down and report that to the criminal that you have reported. This has now shown that to be not a pie-in-the-sky thought process or an exchange for not assisting. It could quite possibly have pointed out to the general public that they were very correct, he surmised. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang has commended the JCF for its handling of the arrest of the police officers in Clarendon. Speaking Sunday at a Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 3 meeting in Clarendon, Dr. Chang praised the force for being able to investigate its own members for 2 years without the information being leaked to any of those under investigation. This police force under the leadership of this Prime Minister will be a highly professional, capable, competent police force to restore good order and public safety in this country, he asserted. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.